base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with one away.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. And it's quickly 0-2. Runners are at first and second with one away. Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. Pulled toward right center field. On the move is Bourne. He gets there to put it away, but the runner tags and breaks for third. Around third and being waved on home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
And that's a good job in that situation. You'd love a base hit, but hey, the bottom line is you've got to produce a run, and he did.
Chris Davis strides in after getting a base hit and later scoring the first time around. Here comes the first pitch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. That's wide, 2-0.
2 times here they've gone away, both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
2 out with the man at first. Swing and a liner, but this will be foul. In the dirt. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. 2 hits lead to a run here for Oakland. 3 innings complete. Oakland is on top in this one, 2-1. With Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian with you as Freddie Freeman settles in to start out the inning for Atlanta. High fly ball out to deep right field. Back goes Reddick at the track, the wall. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo home run off the bat of Freddie Freeman as the Braves have come back to tie things up at 2 apiece.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots, but if he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Up next for
Here's
Atlanta.
Nick Markakis now, the right fielder.
Nick Markakis.
As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here, no balls and a strike.
Yeah, same pitch here from the home run ball, but this one's in a much better spot down at the knees.
Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Yeah, they tried to go inside again. I like the call, but you know, this time he was ready for it. He drives this one for a solid base hit.
Here's Kelly Johnson. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
0-1's the count.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in their knee high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Right over the top here with the four-seam fastball. Good drive through the release. Just threw it right by him at the letters.
Here's the switch-hitting Nick Swisher. As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. Braves get a run on the Freeman home run. Bottom of the fourth coming up, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Chris Davis is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Left fielder, Chris Davis.
In there, no balls and a strike. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Boy, he might be pressing his luck a little now. That's 2 straight pitches right down the middle.
And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
And here's that sequence once again right here on Show Track. Now, normally this is a guy that you might want to nibble with, but he was all business here in this at-bat. Each one of these pitches finds the strike zone, and they're able to set him down quickly to lead off the inning.
Into the box, Stephen Vogt. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
You see this ball start slicing away from him toward the end here, but he winds up staying right with it and running it down.
Here's the DH, Billy Butler. As he's first pitch swinging here, and this is on the ground toward the hole. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. We'll head to the 5th, tied at 2. A.J. Pierzynski heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Catcher, A.J. Pierzynski.
Gray's ready. First pitch on its way. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Burns is there. 1 down.
The batter, number 8, second baseman, Jace Peterson.
Jace Peterson is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Well, you see his pitch count on your screen right there. That's not a mistake. He's been loving those first pitch outs. That's for sure.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Center fielder,
And you know, against a lot of
2,
second basemen, this is going to be an infield
Boyd.
single. But watch how he fields this thing and then maneuvers his body into a good throwing motion and unloads it quickly to get his man.
Michael Bourne at the plate now. As here's a strike from Gray to put him in the hole. 0-1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
Hit hard up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Well, he'd had some high-stress innings here so far. It was looking like he turned a corner and was on his way to a much-needed 1-2-3, but he's going to have to get in the stretch here after all.
Ender Inciarte will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Davis on the move. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. One left for Atlanta. Halfway home, tied 2 apiece. Danny Valencia comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Third baseman, Danny Valencia.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A changeup floats outside here for ball 1. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1.
And after that double in his first at-bat, you can tell they're approaching him with a bit more caution here. Well, they should.
Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, 1 away.
17, Yonder Alonso.
Now to the plate, Yonder Alonso. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here's the first pitch to him. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
Well, you know, things have gone his way more often than not so far this afternoon, but he certainly didn't get any help on that one.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1. Look into Pierzynski, the 1-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Peterson fields it cleanly. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 10, shortstop, Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. On the ground to third. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 8 in a row he's set down, and the side is retired. A's are gone in order. Through 5, all even at 2-2. Eric Ibar will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Burns has a beat on it. 1 away. So an unfortunate turn of events for him here as he's going to be forced to leave the game due to injury. And hopefully it's nothing that keeps him out of commission for too long. Mark Zepchinski will be summoned now to take over following the injury.
Number 35, Mark Zepchinski.
Freddie Freeman will stride in again, and you can bet he'd love to do again what he did back in the fourth. A solo home run here that's been the only long ball of the game so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
To short. Simeon's got it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting, right fielder, Nick Markakis.
So 2 gone now, and here's Markakis. Looks like a right-hander's gotten up to throw now in the Oakland pen. Liner towards second. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
As we look at that again, you know, this is not a bad pitch by any stretch. If he throws this pitch 10 times, I bet he gets him out 9 of them. But here you just have to tip your cap to the guy at the plate.
Here's Kelly Johnson, as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball 1.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Here it comes, 1-0. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Burns going back to the track, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall.
Well, he does it again. His second double of the ball game now. And I'll tell you what, this one wasn't too far away from being a home run. But you'll see it stay in the ballpark as it's off the wall, and he stays hot with another extra base hit.
And there's the 4th wide one, so they'll go after the next guy with a force at any base here and 2 men gone.
Now batting, catcher, A.J. Pierzynski.
A.J. Pierzynski steps into the box here in one of the bigger spots in the ballgame so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away.
Yeah, and this is one of those make-or-break moments in a ballgame, Matt. You don't want to let an opportunity like this in the middle innings get away from you.
Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat, 1-0.
Now, if you're Atlanta, you have got to come up with a key hit here. Now, that's been missing.
Hard hit ball to second, and that is into center field as he comes through. It's a base hit. 1 run is scored, and not in time as the second run scores.
The batter, number 8, second baseman,
Jace Peterson strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. Hit hard towards center, and he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit. Notch 1 in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. It's 5-2.
Here you go from above. First pitch of the at-bat, why not just send it right back up the middle and pick up the RBI? Well, that's about as simple as this game can be right there.
Michael Bourne will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball one. Seems like they're showing a lot of faith in this guy, leaving him out there.
And I think you appreciate that as a pitcher, but sometimes when you don't have it, you don't have it. Looks like this is going to be one of those times.
That evens it up 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Bounce towards the second baseman. A barehanded pickup. It's in time.
Whew, no problem.
So 3 runs on 4 hits here. No errors and a couple of men left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. Atlanta leads it 5-2. Billy Burns will stand in to start things for Oakland in their half of the 6th.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Jed Lowry will dig in 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. And a changeup runs inside on him as he's got to back out of the way of that one.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Oh, and he comes after him again there. Ball 2. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The 2-1 on its way. Called strike on the sinker. 2-2 now. Swing and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Johnson is over and he tucks it away for the second out.
And you just get the sense that he's got it on cruise control out there now. Make it 9 in a row he's set down.
Josh Reddick will stand in. He drove in a run with a sac fly his last time. First pitch of the at-bat. Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat. 1-0. And he comes back with one in there for a high strike. Ah, and he took something off of it there. It's 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Smoke toward the hole. And that is through into right field for a single.
And he'd been on a pretty good roll until that base hit right there. He'd set down 9 in a row. So now he's going to have to remember what it's like to work out of the stretch.
Chris Davis will get a shot here with 2 away and a runner at first now following the base hit.
And that 2-out single seemed harmless enough, but anytime you extend the inning to allow this guy to get a shot with a runner on, you better be careful.
First delivery to him on the way. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
But now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet. Not by a long shot.
5-2 is our score here in inning number 6.
Nope.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Tough pitch to lay off there with 2 strikes. I'm not sure if that was a good take or whether he just got...
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. One left for Oakland, and the deficit remains 5-2. Back here at the Coliseum in Oakland. 7th inning straight ahead with the Braves leading this one. But before we get it started, let's take a look there at the game summary to this point. Liam Hendricks is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Liam Hendricks.
Into the box now, Ender Inciarte. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Number 11, Ender Inciarte.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
Shot back up the middle, and that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Boy, that hit right there is just a thing of beauty. You talk about smoking one right back at the box. There isn't too many guys in the middle of that field that can catch a ball like that.
Here's Eric Ibar now. Line drive to center field, and that'll get down for a base hit.
And the rich keep getting richer. 2 straight hits to start the inning, and now they can really look to salt this one away.
Freddie Freeman gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Swing and a line drive. Foul. Here it comes on 0-2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
Still now on 1-2, you don't have to make the perfect pitch out there. The count is still well in your favor on the mound.
5 runs, 12 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Reddick is there. And that's the first out of the inning. The relay, throw back to second, and that's a double play.
Well, when this works out, makes you look like you're the greatest hustler and Mr. Speedster and all that good stuff. But when it doesn't, makes a whole dugout say, really? What are you doing? This becomes both costly and a silly double play.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder. Oh, here's a line drive into center field. It's a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. Kelly Johnson steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy. And it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Barely able to make contact, down 0-2 now. A runner on first with 2 away. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. It's stretch time here in Oaktown. The Braves on top, 6-2. Leading off the inning, Stephen Vogt, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Peterson has it, and a good throw gets him one gone.
And the off-speed stuff just continues to keep guys off balance here. He's still just got that one strikeout on his ledger, but he's had these guys in knots all throughout.
Billy Butler will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
Right there for strike one.
Well, when you have a guy like Country Breakfast in the middle of your lineup, you're going to see some big bombs and timely hitting. Let's see what he can do right here.
And this is taken there by Butler. It's a ball and 2 strikes. After several seasons in Kansas City, the team that originally drafted him, Butler moved on to Oakland via free agency.
Yeah, his numbers kind of dwindled a bit in his last couple seasons in Kansas City, but he is a professional type hitter, and he's still definitely a threat.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And this is a strike 3 called. Oh, caught a break there. 2 away.
Worth a look at his pitches by inning so far. You can see he's up to 80 for the game right now, so he should still be in pretty good shape.
Danny Valencia strides in, grounded out his last time through. Ripped on the ground to first. Freeman's got it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Nick Swisher comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
The designated hitter, Nick Swisher.
On to the 8th here as a slider is taken to begin the at-bat. It's ball 1.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Just trying to go inside, but you see he kind of holds this one a bit too long, and just like that, leadoff guy's aboard.
Into the box now, A.J. Pierzynski, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. A swinging bunt to the mound, and he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. Good performance thus far by the visiting Braves. They lead this one in the 8th as you get a look at our line score thus far. Jace Peterson will dig in again. He singled home a run his last time.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1. Drilled to the right side. A dive, and he knocks it down. Throw will not be in time at first. A good effort that time, but not enough to prevent them from getting a one-out base runner. And they're going to get an out of this as they're able to put the tag on him there.
Here's a situation where any run you can get to add on to your lead, it's an important one. But this never really had much of a chance of panning out as they tag him out at the plate easily.
Michael Bourne at the plate now. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike one. Pitch out. 1-1. Nothing doing. Two out with the man at first. Skied into straightaway right. Reddick waits on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Braves strand one. They lead it 6-2. Leading off the inning, Yonder Alonso, and they'll need him to get something going here.
First baseman, Yonder Alonso.
First offering on its way. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. Well, the guy you see right. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pulled high in the air out to right field. And this will be pulled in just in front of the warning track for the first out.
Well, this is a situation where a home run here isn't going to tie the game. He's got to work on just hitting down on the ball and hopefully trying to get on base. Instead, it's just an easy fly ball in a game where they're running out of outs.
Marcus Semien will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is sent high and deep out to right center field. And it is gone, a home run. Solo shot to right center. And with that, it's now a 6-3 ball game.
And obviously, that's something you start to get worried about the later you work into a start. When you start to get tired, a lot of times the first thing to go is the rotation and sharpness on that breaking ball. And that looked like a pretty good hanger right there.
Standing in now, Billy Burns.
Number 1.
Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. 428, the official estimate on that last home run. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Inciarte moving in. 2 gone.
The batter, number 8, second baseman, Jed Lowry.
Digging in the switch hitter, Jed Lowry. He'll swing it from the left side right here. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. Way outside, nearly to the backstop, 2-1. You get the sense he's starting to nibble a bit at the corners here, and that's something he wasn't doing earlier.
Yeah, and he sort of backed off the throttle a little bit, too. I'm wondering if that home run ball might have changed his approach just a little bit.
Swing and a ball hit fairly well, heading high and deep toward right center. Bourne will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. But the A's inch a bit closer thanks to this solo home run. On to the 9th inning from the East Bay. It's now 6-3. Fernando Rodriguez will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th.
Rodriguez.
Striding in to start the 9th, Ender Inciarte, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. Just got a piece up the line. Gonna be a tough play. Alonso will step on the bag himself for the out.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Eric Ibar.
Eric Ibar digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you gotta leave alone and make him bring something down.
And Ibar will lay off that one. It's even at 1-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Burns on the run. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, not his most fluid swing there. You could see he wasn't really able to generate a whole lot of torque there, and this is an easy play out in center field.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Yeah, just a nice job of hitting that time. You can see he's got a strong top hand there, and he just hooks this one into the hole for a 2-out single.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder, as he'll swing and lift a foul ball off to the left and out of play. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him in the inning. Leading off the inning, Josh Reddick, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Now started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. And he lays off for ball 1. Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Well, he watched that one all the way in, and it looked like he almost gave up on it. He's pretty lucky that wasn't called strike 3.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Swing and a liner. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
The left fielder, number 2, Chris Davis.
Here you go. Let's check this out in show motion. Look at him pick up that front leg, bring it down to get set, and then bang! Right down the left field line. That's a great look there.
Chris Davis gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Markakis. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
And it's got to be frustrating to be a power hitter like he is and play 81 games in a pitcher's park like this one. I mean, guys are motivated by numbers, and you just wonder what he could be doing in a ballpark that better suits his swing.
Stephen Vogt will step in, a ground-out victim his last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Hey fans, give the gift of athletics baseball with an Oakland A's gift card. Available in amounts ranging from $25 to $250. A gift card makes the perfect gift for the A's fan in your life. For more information, visit us online at oaklandathletics.com.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Yeah, and even though that's a tough one to get on top of, I think he'd say he got away with one right there. That's in too good a location when the matchup's not in your favor.
Here comes the 0-1. Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger.
Oh, and even though that's not intentional, as a hitter, you still hate to see that ball up around your eyes.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. In there at the letters, 1-2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Started the chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. Drilled on the ground to short. On to first, and now the A's are down to their final out.
The designated hitter, number 16, Billy Butler.
Billy Butler makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
When he starts leaving that curveball up, that's a sign he's getting a little tired out there. He's got to be able to get on top of that pitch or he's going to get hurt.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Squared that one up just a little late. Looking for the complete game. Here's the pitch. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Lays off 2-2 now.
Yeah, and on 1-2, when you know the guy at the plate needs to protect, that's a great spot for that curveball. A lot of guys, they would have gone fishing for that.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. And he holds off on the breaking ball, so the count runs full.
And this late in the game, you're going to worry when you start to see a lot of 3-2 counts out there. They're taking their toll.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
Hey, that's a great job to work out the walk there. I mean, that's one thing managers like to see. You gotta die hard at the plate, even down to your final out. You never know in this game.
Chris Coughlin will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And now with that pitch count getting up there just a little bit, you can see that some of these pitches are missing just a little farther away than they were earlier.
He pulls this one into right, but he will make the catch on the hard hit ball out there, and that will conclude matters here as this ball game is over.
Well, we talked about how they needed a good outing out of this guy, and he gave them that and even more, finishing off the complete game victory.
And guys, I think you might agree there's little doubt that the star of this afternoon's contest was this man, Freddie Freeman. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big home run, which really led his guys to this victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Braves are winners here, 6-3. So long from Oaktown.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon. For the victorious Atlanta Braves, 6 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Athletics, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 17 minutes. A reminder that extra BART train service is available on the Fremont Daly City line or on the Fremont Richmond line by accessing the ramp directly outside the stadium beyond the left field wall. AC Transit will also be available.